Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I had a feeling this week was going to shake things up, but I didn't expect it to come at us this fast. Sometimes General Hospital has a way of letting everyone catch their breath before dropping the next surprise. This time, it feels like the writers looked at all of us and said, "Hang on tight, folks. I'll tell you what, that's exactly the kind of week that keeps me coming back." The first thing that caught my attention was everything happening after that huge confrontation on Spoon Island. From everything we're seeing, it sure looks like Ross Cullum's story is coming to an end. I have to admit, I wasn't shocked that someone might not make it out alive. When you put that many dangerous people in one place with secrets hanging over their heads, somebody usually pays the price. That's just the way these stories work. Still, seeing the fallout is always the part that interests me more than the actual fight. It's the aftermath that changes people. Then my thoughts went straight to Carly. As a parent, I completely understand why all she wants is to see Jocelyn safe again. I don't care how talented your son or daughter is. Once you've watched them stare death in the face, all those exciting adventures suddenly don't seem worth it anymore. I can almost feel the relief Carly must be carrying after realizing Jocelyn survived that nightmare. But relief doesn't erase fear. In fact, sometimes it makes the fear even stronger because now you know exactly what could have happened. That's why I wasn't surprised to hear Carly wants Jocelyn to leave the WSB for good. Honestly, if I were standing in her shoes, I'd probably be saying the exact same thing. Every parent dreams of their child having an ordinary life, even if that child is capable of extraordinary things. Of course, life is never that simple in Port Charles. Just when Carly is hoping to close one chapter, along comes Z with a completely different opinion. From what I'm hearing, he's blown away by what Jocelyn accomplished and thinks she's exactly the kind of person the WSB needs. I actually understand both sides here, and that's what makes this conflict so interesting. Carly is looking at Jocelyn with a mother's heart. Z is looking at her with the eyes of someone who sees incredible potential. Neither one is necessarily wrong, but those two viewpoints were bound to collide sooner or later. Something tells me Jocelyn is going to be pulled in two different directions. One path offers safety and a chance at normal life. The other promises purpose, excitement, and the chance to become someone truly remarkable. Sometimes the hardest choices aren't between good and bad, they're between two futures that both make sense. Another piece of this puzzle that really grabbed my attention is Valentine. His future has been hanging in the balance for quite a while now, and Carly is naturally going to want answers. But what really made me shake my head was Lulu finding out Valentine has secretly been living under Carly's roof for months. Now that's the kind of secret that can blow up an entire family before breakfast. I don't blame Lulu for feeling betrayed. I'd probably have the same reaction. Secrets have a funny way of growing bigger every day they're kept. And once they finally come out, people don't just get upset about the secret itself. They start wondering what else they've been lied to about. Poor Charlotte is going to be caught right in the middle of all this. I feel for that young girl because children usually end up carrying the weight of decisions made by adults. She loves the people around her, and now she's likely going to watch them argue over choices she never had any control over. That's never easy to see. Then came the revelation about Cassius Faison pretending to be Nathan West. I honestly had to stop for a second and think about everything Lulu has been through already. Imagine realizing the man you believed was Nathan wasn't Nathan at all. That's not just shocking. That's deeply personal. I can only imagine how violated and humiliated she'd feel looking back on those moments. Sometimes the emotional damage from deception lasts far longer than any physical injury. And just as everyone is trying to process that bombshell, it sounds like Cassius is already heading out the door. The person I feel the worst for is little James. Kids don't understand complicated schemes, fake identities, or dangerous missions. They only understand when someone they care about suddenly disappears. Those quiet moments of confusion and heartbreak always hit me harder than the explosions and gunfights. Looking at everything coming next week, I honestly think this story isn't really about who wins or loses. It's about trust. It's about family. It's about the cost of keeping secrets because you believe you're protecting someone. Lord knows we've all seen enough in life to understand that good intentions don't always lead to good outcomes. That's why I'm looking forward to every episode. Not because I want more chaos, but because I want to see how these people put themselves back together after the truth finally comes out. Around here, we like to say tomorrow's another day, and in Port Charles, tomorrow usually brings another surprise. I have a feeling this one is going to leave a mark on just about everyone involved. One part of this story that really sticks with me is James. Out of everyone caught up in this mess, he's the one I worry about the most. From what it looks like, Cody is going to be the person who finally explains the whole twin switch and the fake Nathan situation. Now, I don't envy him one bit. There are some conversations in life that no one wants to have, especially when you're talking to a child whose world is about to be turned upside down. I keep thinking about how confusing this must be for James. Adults spend so much time trying to protect children from painful truths, but sometimes the truth hurts no matter how gently it's told. My heart tells me Cody will do his best, but I have a feeling this is going to be one of those heartbreaking moments that stays with viewers long after the episode ends. Sometimes General Hospital reminds us that the deepest wounds aren't caused by bullets or explosions. They're caused by broken trust and shattered innocence. Then there's Lulu, and I honestly don't know how anyone could expect her to simply brush this off. Learning that the man she believed was Nathan wasn't Nathan at all is enough to shake anyone to the core. Thankfully, Dante looks ready to stand beside her, and I think that's exactly what she needs right now. We all need someone steady beside us when life suddenly stops making sense. But the trouble doesn't end there. Rocco is expected to explode with anger after learning everything surrounding Britt's arrest, and I can't really blame him. Young people don't always see the complicated reasons behind adults' decisions. They just see the consequences. I have a feeling Lulu and Dante are about to face one emotional storm after another, and repairing that family bond may take much longer than anyone expects. Over on another front, Sonny and Sidwell look like they're heading straight toward another dangerous showdown. Every time these two cross paths, I automatically expect trouble. Neither man is known for backing down, and when strong personalities collide, innocent people often find themselves standing in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's why my eyes are on Assistant District Attorney Justine Turner. Something tells me she may end up becoming the unexpected wild card in this confrontation. If she manages to gain the upper hand and even help Sonny, that could completely change the direction of this story. I always enjoy it when someone unexpected steps into the spotlight because those are usually the moments nobody sees coming. Meanwhile, Molly should be celebrating her upcoming book launch, and I genuinely wish she could enjoy it without extra family drama creeping in. But this is Port Charles, where happy moments rarely stay peaceful for very long. The closer Rick and Alexis become, the more questions Molly seems to have, and I can understand why. Family relationships have a way of reopening old memories and old emotions just when everyone thinks they've moved on. Still, if there's one thing that has me smiling, it's all the little clues pointing toward Jason Morgan's return. I love when the writers quietly start putting the puzzle together before bringing back a character who changes the entire atmosphere of the show. You can almost feel the pieces sliding into place one by one. Now that the chaos surrounding Cullum appears to be settling down, it feels like the stage is finally being cleared for Jason to walk back into Port Charles. If you've watched this show as long as I have, you know Jason's return is never just another entrance. It usually means new alliances, old enemies resurfacing, and plenty of surprises waiting around the corner. As I look ahead to the week of July 6th through July 10, I honestly think it's less about wrapping up old stories and more about preparing us for what's coming next. With Jason expected to return on July 13, I have a feeling this is only the calm before another powerful wave of drama rolls through Port Charles. And if history has taught me anything, it's that whenever Jason comes home, things are never quiet for very long.